I know some are experienced on here, but for those that are new agents and investors, what are some basics for running comps?
That's a great question. And I think you're right on track with where a lot of new agents or new investors um, struggle at the beginning. And that's, where do I start? How do I even begin to think about value? How do I comp a property? So let's just talk about, how does an appraiser look at it, right? An appraiser, you need to remember that an appraiser is bound by Fannie Mae. We're not trying to find a price. We're not trying to find your price. We're not trying to make your numbers work. We are trying to find the market value of a specific property. We have guidelines from Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, FHA, the major GSEs out there that say this is the best practices, right? Because sometimes, and we know this, there's sometimes we have a very, very complex property and we break all the rules, right? But let's assume we're not doing the complex property today and we just want to know how to comp the basics. Because if you can learn the basics, you can start to expand and change that criteria to do the complex. The basic, though, we want to keep key features in line. The phrase apple to apples, oranges to oranges. That's what we're looking for, right? So let's assume we have a two-story, 1,000 square foot with a pool, two-car garage. Pretty standard track home here in Las Vegas, right? Not the size, but let's just go with that for easy math. I would say the guidelines start with location, right? Agents talk about this all the time. Location, location, location. That location is determined by economic forces. So those forces are, if I buy this house or I buy a house that's in its competitive market, it means that we shop at the same available shopping centers. We have the same economic resources. We have the same job opportunities. That's what location kind of means. You can get really narrow down into location is a guard gated community or a sub pocket, or the location is on the golf course, right? But location typically means we share similar economic forces. Uh, so typically an appraiser, and according to Fannie Mae, will start within 1 mile. So your first thing is you could put your address into your MLS and search 1 mile. Okay, that'd be our maximum radius. Now we want to go key features. So the next most important is the size of the home, which is our gross living area, often referred to by appraisers or sometimes agents as the GLA. And that living area, I would start probably going up and down 10%. So if we have, in our example, 1,000 square foot, then we would search up and down the 100 foot. So 900 to 1,100 square foot in that search criteria for the living area. Then keeping apples, we want to go design style. So let's just search 2 stories to begin with. Okay. And then um, if the lot size is a typical track home, let's just say it's 4,000 square foot for a house of that particular size, I would just probably put in my lot size anything less than 6,000 square foot. That's a very broad, but what I'm doing is I'm not trying to bracket that lot size. I'm trying to get rid of all the big lot sizes. I'm trying to get rid of those anomalies. I'm trying to get rid of the 10,000 square foot sites. I'm just trying to get rid of those by putting in that. That would be my basic search parameters for a track home.